Turn to, a big ongoing effort we've been covering for the last several months, and that's the effort to fund the recovery. You might have heard that the price tag to repair all the damage from Helene in western North Carolina is estimated to sit around $60 billion. To this date, though, we're seeing less than $5 billion that has come to the state. And we also know that President Trump had promised to overhaul FEMA in order to curb slow responses. WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay went to Swannanoa to see if folks living there feel like the president has kept his promise.
Completely washed out.
Swannanoa's recipe for recovery wouldn't be quite right without a dash of Christopher Smith and a lot of pretzels. Hurricane Helene twisted his life upside down.
I came here as a victim myself,
turning this tech salesman into a volunteer baker and now a nonprofit manager.
It was hard with donations coming in. Where do we put this produce? Where do we put this beef?
1 year later, Blunt Pretzels is still at the center of feeding a recovering community. However, Smith says his time is often being used on writing grant requests for funding they aren't seeing.
Not at all.
None of it.
None of it. And we were really looking for FEMA in the beginning to come and say, oh yeah, here's a bunch of food money. You guys are feeding 2,000 people a day.
FEMA, the big focus of President Donald Trump's visit to Swannanoa in January, immediately after taking office.
FEMA's turned out to be a disaster.
Smith says he did see crews cleaning up immediately after that visit, but President Trump took it further, vowing to overhaul FEMA, blaming the agency for the slow response.
You want to use your state to fix it and not waste time calling FEMA, and then FEMA gets here and they don't know the area, they've never been to the area.
So far, the majority of recovery funding has come from the state. The federal government has approved $3.4 billion that has still yet to be sent. Republican U.S. Senator Ted Budd breaking ranks with his own party last week, raising concerns about that delay. President Trump then approved $32 million more in assistance.
It's a great win. But again, it's late and there's more to come. There's more projects that are going into the hopper that are being reviewed. And we just need, if the money is owed to western North Carolina, then let's get it there.
But Smith says that's a sign there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Keep politics out of nonprofit funding. Keep politics out of grants.
Blunt Pretzels is now shifting their priorities with ready-to-go trailers like this.
I want people to sustain themselves so we have an actual resilient town.
Until then, this nonprofit baking that resilience into the community and making sure everyone has a seat at the table, no matter what side of the aisle they come from. In Swannanoa,
trust me, we're using the money,
Julie Kay,
in a good way.
WCNC Charlotte.
And of course, with so many of those funding requests up in the air, we will continue to follow that ongoing push to get more resources to western North Carolina and keep folks updated on how that process is going. Meantime, for folks who missed it, we had a really wonderful in-depth special that aired on WCNC Charlotte, and this was our 1 hour, 1 year after Helene special. Really impactful stories, really powerful coverage, and really just keeping an eye on the progress that's made, what's left to be done, and those tales of survival that we've been telling time and time again in the wake of that storm. So if you missed that, we really urge you to stick around. 11:30 tonight, we will show that again on our streaming platform, WCNC Plus. Of course, many of you watching us right now on that platform, so just keep it here tonight. And Siobhan will just let folks know as well on air on WCNC Charlotte later tonight after Big Ten football. We'll have even more coverage here from downtown Boone, more Helene updates, including my one-on-one with the family of Kim Ashby. She's that Avery County woman who went missing in the floodwaters of Helene. Her body has never been recovered, so the family speaks on their attempts to try to get closure at this point, and they tell me how they're reflecting on this 1 year anniversary of Helene, also the very day that Kim Ashby went missing. Siobhan.
Vanessa, you and our team have certainly been doing an amazing job of keeping everyone updated, sharing stories of resilience, and it's amazing to see how the community is bouncing back. Thank you, Vanessa.